However you did it to like when you check the as I go through Judah, get them color. There, okay. So see how it's in color.
Okay, let's put it on a curve. So, as you remember, the true positive, I want it to be the y-axis, and the false positive, the x-axis. So it's okay. So we'll just use insert scatter. Let's choose this one. So I can choose these two columns and then scatter and get this one. Get this curve. Okay, this is the ROC curve. And as you can see, for threshold of 0, we got 1 and 1. We got like, because 0 threshold means that we accept everyone. So we got 100% false positive and then 100% true positive. For a threshold of 1, we got 0 and 0. We accept no one. And now, you remember, how do I measure this curve? Using a formula called area under curve. That is very simple, it's much more simple. Just take this form.
Not cost, just false versus true.
And the actual result, I don't even need a prediction for it, because they run different numbers. And I get that the area under curve of this formula, of this model, was 82%. Okay? Then if I would have another model, for example, a simple regression or anything other, KNN or whatever, I can compare them and see what is the area under curve of the other.
Kobe, how did you get the AUC? Oh.
Okay. It's the first argument is the score, the probabilities, and the second argument is the actual data.
What does it mean literally? 0.82.
It's the area. If you will calculate the area under the curve, it will be 0.8. Now, what does it mean? So again, so the worst model that you can have will have 0.5. And the best model that you can have is 1. And then like 0.82, it depends how much the problem is hard, how much it is. So it's hard to say anything about it without comparing it to another model. It's more to compare different models. Any other questions about this material before we move to simulation?
So you said the worst model is 0.5?
Yes, if I just use by random, I don't use any score.
Oh.
I just like randomize 50%, 50%, I will get exactly the straight line. And the area under curve will be 50%. So it's like, if a model gives me 50%, I don't need a model. It's worth nothing. Any other questions about this?
Did you get AUC?
Yeah. I actually thought it's more complicated, this material, but I see that you actually see it as less complicated. So I think it's good. Okay, are we ready for simulation? Yeah. Okay. In simulation, like, there is nothing like, there is no like any mathematical theory or anything like that. It's just like if something is too hard to predict, and to how to calculate what is going to happen, and there are probabilities involved, I just simulate it and see what is the result. For example, usually they give an example of, like, let's say that I go to the casino, and for each round I can or double my money, or I can lose 50% of my money, or anything like that. And let's say that it's something very complicated with a lot of probabilities. So instead of calculating it, I can run a simulation of 10 rounds. Then I can do these 10 rounds using Monte Carlo, run this 1,000 times, and see by average how much money I make. So again, maybe I could have like calculate the probabilities and do it exactly, but sometimes it's just too complicated. So I run simulations. Let's give an example, okay? So I'm going to use a very simple example, and then we will solve the question. So let's say that I have the following. Let's say that 20% that I'm getting $50, and 80% that I'm getting $200. Okay? And just a game. Now, how do I do that? So I use run. The function that you need to remember is run. The function run in Excel gives me a number, a random number between 0 to 1. Okay, I don't know how to. I don't remember how to randomize again, but I can just change some cell. You see this, just see that these numbers are changing. Anyone know how to just randomize it again?
F9, I think.
F9?
Yeah. Calculate, yeah.
Ah, very nice. Try that. Okay. So I can just, every time we do it, we get different numbers. Now, how do we simulate this story? So I'm using if. If this number is lower than 0.2, then I get $50. Let's use this cell. Otherwise, if it's small, I get $200. It doesn't matter if it's smaller or equal or smaller, because it's like, it will never be 0.2. Okay? So you can see it's a lot of like digits after the dot. So it will, the probability that it will be exactly 0.2 is like, so it's not going to happen, it doesn't matter. So if we will change to smaller or equal, it will be the same. Is this formula clear? Yeah. If it's smaller than 0.2, if I randomize a number that it's on the 20%, then it's 50. If it's the other part of 0.8, it will be 200. Let's make it a little bit more complicated.
Kobe, can you go back to the formula and just edit it so I can see that?
Okay, I don't want to confuse you, but let's make it a little bit more complicated. Let's say that 0.4 that I'm getting 200, and another 0.4 that I'm getting 300. So if C6 is lower than 0.2, I'm getting $50. Otherwise, I can do if inside the if. Otherwise, if this number, it's a little bit, might be a little bit confusing. If C6 is lower than 0.6, then 200, and other than 300. Why is that? Because, so if this number is between 0 to 0.2, then the first part of the if, C6 will be lower than 0.2, and I will get the D2, I will get $50. Otherwise, if it's more than 0.2, I check if it's less than 0.6. Why? Because if it's here, then it's between 0.2 to 0.6. It's the other 40%. Then I'm returning guilt-free, the $200. And otherwise, it means that it's more than 0.6, it's between 0.6 to 1, it's exactly this 40%, it's the $300. So I'm returning this one. Is this formula clear? Oh, any questions about this? Okay. Let's now run a Monte Carlo. Okay, so the way I use Monte Carlo, I can put here below the above the number that this is my profit. Then I can choose this and run Monte Carlo. Cannot run.
Kobe, I told you had to download the new one.
You want to send me the new one to my Gmail?
Yeah, he just can't access campus and he can't get the admin.
Oh, what we can do?
Control shift.
Control
Shift.
Where? For what? To do what?
Yes, the mic.
Control Shift M to do what?
It's not working.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone want to connect his computer, his or her computer to the? Yeah, no, just not technical. Guys, I need a volunteer with the Monte Carlo walk. Okay, so let's volunteer for now. What type of connectivity do you have? I think we have all the types. We have all these types.